Good morning. Welcome to Mobile Metron. Coming to you live from Atlanta. Let me see if I see any eyeballs popping up. I hope nobody's in the theater this morning because I'm not there. Let's see if I've got this on the right setting. Is it coming on your phone? Oh, I see eyeballs. Okay. There are eyes. I see Avery's name. All right. Hey, Constance. Good to see you. Hello, hello. And I'll tell you a little bit about this in a minute, why we're coming to you live from home, just like the old days of the pandemic. Yeah, it says Ken Marshall is on. He's right over there. Hey, Sarah in Wisconsin. Hello, hello. Hey, Pam. Remind me where you are, Pam. I forgot. Hey, Jackie. Hello, hello. Who else we got on this morning? Ken says, hey. Hey, Michelle. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Buenos dias. Good morning. Massachusetts. That's right. Hey, Greg. Greg, you guys were in our memories today. That was a year ago that y'all were here at our place. It's hard. I can't believe how time flies. Hey, Rhonda. Rhonda's not in her underwear. TMI, but okay. I don't know what. When I had surgery Friday, and they had something in my. They did something. I guess it was a tube in my mouth. I don't know if my. I haven't had my lips done, but they're swollen. Anyway, let me turn this off. And thank you for being on with us this morning. And again, namaste and buenos dias and hello, bonjour, assalamu alaikum. Hey, Tommy. I did have an arthroplasty Friday morning. Hey, Romanita. So that's why I'm in this contraction, and I'm going to take part of it off. Okay. Hey, Beth, thank you for all your prayers and comments. Hey, Carl. I'm assuming it seems like everything went as it was supposed to with the surgery. I wasn't aware that I was going to have to wear this for the next. He told me 8 weeks. He told Ken 6 weeks. So it's somewhere between 6 and 8. Hey, Melinda. And that was a bit of a surprise. He told me that right before he knocked me out. He said, let me hear you say which shoulder it is. I told him my left one. And he said, you've got to wear a sling for 8 weeks. I said, nope, you did not tell me that. And he said, yeah, I did. So we had an argument as I was going under, but I'm assuming I guess he did. So I wasn't sure how that was going to work because I know a lot of times when people get knee replacements, they start using them immediately. It's not exactly the same with the shoulder. So baby steps. I shaved for the first time in my life with my right hand, which that was interesting. I tell you one thing, you are who you are. I might have shaved with my right hand, but I am still left-handed. I am wired to be left-handed. But anyway, maybe it will open new neuropaths in my brain to have to see the world like the rest of you righties see it. Hey, Barbara, I see you on here. Hey, Kirk. Hey, Wynn. Hello, hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and make these announcements. When I was in recovery and trying to process how I was going to get around with this appendage on, I kind of felt overwhelmed at first, and I thought I'm not going to be able to. I can't do Metron, and I thought maybe I'll just do a leave of absence, but I don't want to do that. I even questioned about the meditation weekend coming up, because I know if for any reason we were to have to cancel it, y'all would need to know that. Like, Pam, I know you're flying down, and you'd have to cancel your hotels, but I don't think I want to cancel it. I think give me a couple of days to sort of get around here by myself and figure out how I can drive and stuff like that. And as of right now, I plan on being back at the Atlanta Theater next Sunday, and the meditation weekend number 19, which is August 5th and 6th. What is that? 3 weeks from today?
Yeah.
So that's good. That'll give me about I'll be about halfway through wearing this, so I should be okay. It may be a little different this time. I might not do as much music and stuff, but unless if anything were to change, if I try this for, let's see, I've done 48 hours. If I try another 48 and see it's just going to be overwhelming, I'll let you know in plenty of time to cancel stuff. But I think I would rather have to keep going and keep producing. So it's going to be super unlikely for me to cancel anything. Thank you, Emily. Good to see you too. Hey, Brenda. Hey, LaDonna. Thank you. I appreciate that. Why aren't you in church? Are you in church streaming me? Yeah, that's my little thingamajig. Anyway, that's the plan. The only thing about being back there next week, Michelle, I probably won't write out an outline because it's using a phone, texting, using the computer. That's very challenging. So I'm not going to. Oh, thank you, Greg. Fashion accessory. Yes, that's why I'm wearing it. My sling is by Ralph Lauren. Hey, Roz. Hey, Jeanette. Good to see you. Hey, Heather. So that's the plan for now. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. I tell you, well, this is what I'll talk. I'm maybe brief today, but and let me, of course, say thank you to Mr. Marshall, who I don't know what I would do without him. He's been great. Hey, Sonia. Let's do a couple of let's do a few affirmations and some breath work, and then I'll get into. I'm not going to be in the series this morning because I'm just doing. I'm doing Metron Live Light today, but it's good to hear from you and get back in the land of the living. Tommy, I just got to find my bedazzler. Yeah, that would be. I'd make it festive. Hey, Leslie, the progression. Let the Lord use you. Everybody's got jokes this morning. The progression, the affirmations bring us up to the I am. So because I'm coming from a place of needing full healing. That's going to be most of my emphasis today. Hey, Holly. So I am healed. I say it, then you say it. I am healed. I am health. I am. I am whole. I am wholeness. I am. Oh, are you having it next week, Brenda? Okay. Well, we'll be matching. I'll be believing the best for you. I am well. I am wellness. I am. Yours is for carpal tunnel, though, isn't it? You're doing your wrist first and then your shoulder. Is that right? I am peaceful. I am peace. I am. I am restored. I am restoration. I am. I am healthy. I am health. I am. All right, we're sending good energy to Brenda, too, because she's going to be going down this road in a few days. I am recovering. I am recovery. I am. I am strong. I am strength. I am. I am able. I am ability. I am. I am free. I am freedom. I am. I am strong. I am strength. I am. Beautiful. Well, I feel better just saying those things. Let's give me about 3 good breaths. I was going to show you this little contraption you have to do to make sure you don't get pneumonia, where you have to inhale and keep the little ball floating. I did well with it because of my meditation training. So we're going to go in through the nose, hold it, then out through the mouth while these words of the affirmation are still in the atmosphere. We're going to inhale, hold, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, out. Give me a couple of more. Inhale, exhale. In, out. Yeah, I see you're 11:11, Rhonda. Okay, good. Well, I can do it. I'll be back in the theater next Sunday, and we'll finish it. I'll get back to the series. I love this series that we're doing, by the way, about miracles, and I'm just seeing them manifested all week. And as for now, Meditation Weekend is on. August 5th and 6th, Tybee Island. And like I said, it may be a little different this time, but it'll be good. Everything that you have to face that makes things different ends up making things better. Change is always good. Having to do things a different way is good. I am challenged using my right hand, but it does open up different neuropaths in my brain. So in the big picture, it's going to be advantageous for me. And strangely enough, yeah, that's a good one, Carl. I mean, I'm dealing with pain. I'm taking painkillers. But I can tell, I don't know how to describe it. I can tell whatever needed to be fixed is fixed. It's like it still hurts really bad, but it doesn't hurt the way that it did. I can tell it's hurting from the surgery now, not from, I had no cartilage on this side, and he said bone spurs, plural when he talked to you, didn't he, Ken?
Yes, it's big.
I know I had one that was humongous, and I've been bone on bone for a while, so I'm actually accustomed to being in pain, but on this side, but I can tell that it's different. So I have Hebrews 12 says, "For the joy that was set before him, Jesus endured the cross." So anytime, like in the middle of the night, I was dealing with some discomfort, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to focus on feeling good and being able to do push-ups again, and being able to go to the gym again, and be able to pick up a gallon of alkaline water without it being painful. So I'm just blessed and amazed at the miracle of surgery, the miracle of medicine, what can be accomplished now. It's thank you, Jeffrey. It's good to see you on here. I appreciate that. So anyway, let me just give you a quick little word. I speak into the atmosphere and I say, let there be light. In Joel, the prophet Joel, chapter 3, there's, a lot of the Old Testament's about people going to war and saying that God told them to go to war. And you have to rightly divide the scripture when it comes to that. I'm not sure God was telling everybody to go take other cities as much as they thought it was God. But in the middle of some of their grandiose ideas, you can find a lot of amazing truth. And in Joel chapter 3, there's there's a call to war again, which is typical through Old Testament prophets. And in verse 9, he says, proclaim this among the nations, prepare for war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. I'm in the New King James Version, by the way. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Then verse 10, famous passage, he says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. What he's saying is if you're going to war and you don't have the right kind of weapon, then be innovative, be a MacGyver, use something else for a weapon. And then the thing I really want to focus on is he says, let the weak say I am strong. And the reason I like the cadence of that, thank you, Michelle, I appreciate it. The reason I like the cadence of that is he's saying, go to war, but be innovative about it. Use your imagination. And I'm not a big practicer of spiritual warfare these days. I don't visualize myself fighting demons and stuff. But there are things that we still have to war with. We have to war with wrong thoughts, wrong perceptions that we've had, wrong ideas that we've maintained for our entire life that are holding us back. And so those things do have to be, war has to be declared on those things. You have to really be aggressive with changing belief systems and ways of thinking that are counterproductive to your growth. And that goes on all the time. We're always finding a whole other level of getting free and moving up higher. And so I like that he says, turn your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Because what that means is, to me, that's sort of the same thing as Moses, what's in your hand. It's like you can still go to battle with whatever you have. My parents were old school corporal punishment people, and they could both whip me pretty easily. And Mom especially would just grab whatever was close by, and if she's watching today, she would say that wasn't true, but it was. But anyway, that's kind of what he's saying here. He says, be innovative, use what you have. But the main thing that I think is powerful about this passage is he says, let the weak say I am strong. And the implication there is just saying you're strong actually makes you strong. And the reason I thought this week is when I was coming out of surgery, I mean, I got sick and I was laying there and this thing on my, arm just felt so huge. And I thought, how am I going to even put a shirt on? How do I don't, and the surgeon asked me, said, did they fit you for a sling? I said, nobody has said the word sling to me. I must have missed something. And so I started feeling kind of overwhelmed. And the scripture came to me. I thought, well, let the weak say I am strong. Like, I'll just have to figure it out. And part of being strong is knowing that you do have to surrender to some things. You do have to pace yourself. You have to take things one day at a time. I can't think about being like this for the next month or so, because that feels overwhelming. But I can think about, well, I can do Metron this morning, and then we'll deal with whatever needs to be dealt with. We may go over to Mom's tonight. I haven't decided yet. I'll just have to see. And I'm having, now that the nerve blocker has worn off, I'm having little muscle spasms. But every one that I feel, I think, well, that's just getting me that much closer to being completely restored. So I welcome every time it pulsates or I feel movement in there. I think that's good. That's healthy. Like the scar started itching this morning. I thought, that's good. It's obnoxious, but it's good. That means it's starting to heal. And so I'm minute by minute saying, let the weak say I am strong. I'm saying, well, I'm having to deal with some weakness. That was, I mean, I chose this surgery. I mean, I chose to do it. It's not an attack from a devil or something. I mean, it's just a fact of nature. But every time I say I'm strong, I get stronger. Even just saying that I'm going to be back in the theater next weekend makes me feel stronger. And there's a part of me that thinks, "Ooh, I got to figure out how to take a shower and do my hair and all that." Like, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But you really have to take it one day at a time. I know that's a cliche, but there's a reason why Jesus says, "Take no thought for tomorrow, sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof." And when you feel overwhelmed, you have to break it down, compartmentalize, and instead of saying, yes, exactly, Michelle. If you're always looking at, there's a time and place to look for big picture, but if you obsess too much over the big picture, you miss the big picture, because the big picture comes in pixel by pixel. It comes in paint stroke by paint stroke. And so whatever, you may not be dealing with a physical thing this morning. It might be a relationship issue that it's not, there's no quick way out of it. My dad used to say to me, he said, if you ever get your hand in a vice, you have to work it out real easy. Meaning, if you're in a situation that's problematic, sometimes just trying to get out of it too quick can be counterproductive. And so you have to, Ken, I think I put Ken to sleep. He was snoring, which, bless his heart, he's been up a lot. But if you have to see the big picture little by little, because if you're always looking at, what am I going to do about this thing? How am I going to get out of it? It may be a minute till you're out of it. And so you've got to learn to be present. You've got to learn to be in the moment. You've got to learn to be still. You've got to learn how to find that sweet spot between being intentional and also knowing that there's some things you're just going to have to surrender to, that you have no power over, and you're going to find your power in recognizing your powerlessness. You have to hear that by the Spirit, but the power comes in knowing that sometimes there's just things that are going to have to run their course. They're going to have to take time. It's going to be a minute, and there's no point in making the situation worse. The Scripture says it's through faith and patience that we inherit the promises. So you have to constantly remind yourself of that. And I know that from other things, but this has been a physical lesson again. It's like I'm laying there in bed, and everything that you do normally, you have to rethink it. Like, okay, I've got to do this using one arm, and it's not the arm I normally use. So I've got to be innovative. And it's actually a good object lesson. I'm not only going to come out of this physically stronger, and I'm going to be better in my third act in my senior years, and stronger and healthier, but I'm also going to be smarter. I'm going to learn things from this that I need to know, and there's lessons that I have to be reminded of. And if you embrace every challenge that way, all you do is just go from glory to glory. Everything makes you stronger. Everything produces more miracles. Everything takes you to the next level. And yes, exactly. Exactly, Carl. And it's interesting you mentioned about painting, because I had just thought the other day, I thought, and by the way, not only do I need to, because I talked about getting the log jam of abundance broken, which it has been, and abundance is flowing again. But I also thought, I'm not getting any painting, what do they call it? When, commissions. And yes, exactly, Rhonda. I appreciate that. And like within a day, I'd gotten 2, and which I had to tell both of them. I said, okay, I'm not going to be painting for a minute, but you know, sometimes all it takes is just acknowledging that you know, you want something to happen, and you where your intention goes is where the energy goes. And so I'm in a good place. I don't know that I'm going to be posting as much, just because it's just awkward to be, you know, to use devices. So you know, if you're messaging me, just be aware of that. I'll do the best I can with it. And you know, Ken's he'll be at work this week, but thank God there's Uber and there's what's the thing where you order? Instacart. You know, there's such a great system of help, and so good will come out of it. And whatever you're going through that you're having to pace yourself with, you're going to have to you're going to come out of it too, and you'll be stronger for it. You'll be better for it. I'm telling you, all things work together for good, not just the good stuff, not just the fun stuff. All of the stuff works together for good. All right. I'm going to stop it there. And I'm glad that you were on this morning. I'm glad to connect with you. Embrace the challenge. Yeah. All right. That's a good one. I'm going to put this back up. Ow, 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 ow. That hurts. Okay. Whoo. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I had to take the thing off.
You're not supposed to take it off.
You're not supposed to take the cushion thing off? Why?
You're supposed to keep it in that position.
Mm-hmm. He wakes up and starts lecturing me. Can you believe that? So anyway, well, you got to take it off sometimes.
Well, just take a shower.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Marshall. apparently, Ken Marshall's my surgeon. He knows more about it than I do. All right, Pam says, "Do what Ken tells you."
It's
what?
Different from what having knee replacement now, because you would think they want you to move it. But
Right.
That they don't.
Oh. Well, he told me. I guess I better keep this thing on here. Anyway, thanks for your prayers, and you know, they really do make a difference. Tommy said, "Let him use you, Dr. Ken." My mother would be so proud I've married a doctor. Anyway, thanks. The prayers really do help, and I can't respond to every message, but I have read them, and I appreciate them, and y'all are great, and I love you. And you know, next Sunday will be an adventure. We'll see how it's going to go, but I hope you'll be back. We really caught a second wind last Sunday when Chandra was there, and I want to keep up that momentum. I don't want to lose that. And that's why I don't want to, I mean, I'm sure y'all would be fine if I just did this, but for the next several weeks, but I think there's really nothing like being there in person. So for those of you that aren't able to get there in person, this was just a bonus that you got. But anyway, I'm planning on seeing you next Sunday. But we have 2 more Sundays in July, isn't that right? Mm-hmm. So good. I can get everything set. Thank you, Ann. I appreciate that. Love you too, Ed. The Ken Meister. Love you too, Win. And let me tell you something, that love stuff really helps. I mean, a couple of times when I was feeling different things, you know, I won't go into detail, but I would think about things that you had posted online, and it does really help. And just to think, well, there's people praying for me and sending whatever your vernacular is. And there's a huge in-person Benny. I don't know. Okay. Oh, benefit. Oh, okay. Avery, you spoke in riddles, but I got it. Yes, there is a huge benefit to being there in person. I had so many. You know what was really cool about last week? We had a full house, but it was all, with the exception of about 3 people, it was all our people that had been there before. So that was very encouraging. So y'all are so funny. All right, I love y'all. I'm gonna go take an Advil or something, and I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. But I speak peace to you and strength to you, and everything that you've sent to me in healing prayers, I send it back to you 100-fold. All right. Oh, if those of you that are giving, thank you for that. We truly appreciate it. Go to Bish in the Now, like short for Bishop, bishinthenow.com. It couldn't be easier. You just click on something and it's totally safe way to give. So please keep it up. We definitely need you to do that. If you want to send something to me personally, I've got all the I have all the cash apps. All right. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. And I love you all, and I need you all. I need you all in my life. And, you know, you're giving me strength. Elwood says support Metron. Yes. And he has a right to say it because he does. And so anyway, I'll go read the rest of your comments. Big love to everybody. And let the weak say, I am strong.